Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and today we are here. Look at my new little antlers. Come on, the antler headband, that is life. Fire. Second of all, I am a shameless, worthless human being today. Like, I have been cleaning. You probably see this embarrassing pile of clothes right there. Those still need to be hung up and put away. That's probably not going to happen. Like, I'm just going to be real with you guys. I have a pile that looks like that about 90% of my life, like 95% of my life. When it comes to like putting stuff away and cleaning things, not that good at it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that over there, disaster. This, disaster. This that you can't see, disaster. However, things are extra disastrous today because I have been cleaning, and there's a big Alex 9 drawer set right here. You can hear that? Very cute. And I've been filling it with all my products and stuff that I use, and in doing so, I found a couple products actually, that I bought from the Korean beauty product section on Amazon. I don't know if you know this. Amazon has a little section that says Korean beauty. Why? Because, bitches, they got it on lock. Oh my God, you guys, I am not even kidding you. Okay, I've talked about this before, and I'll probably, let me know in the comments if you want me to do like a skincare video, and you're looking at me going, bitch, we don't want to see your skincare regimen. It does not work. But I promise you, oh my gosh, like, my skin used to be so bad. I have a video on my channel from, it was my Memorial Day weekend vlog. My face is red and it has so much acne and it's swollen and it is an actual disaster. And I started using the Korean soap I'm referring to right now at the beginning of that weekend, and literally in 2 days you can see a difference in my skin. Go watch the video, you'll see it. And I'm just like so blown away by that I was like, girl, I got to see what other things them people have because they know what they doing. So I picked up a couple of things, and again, this is like months ago, like September. I don't know. It's a big shock that I lost them with 13 piles like that around my room. But I have a couple different foundations. Today I'm going to focus on these because I'm like, what? Who are you? It is called the 16 brand. And online they're shown as little jars. I should probably open these. Oh, it came with a spatula. I've never had a foundation, I don't think, that came with a little tiny spatula before. Interesting. Alright, so this is what we are working with. First of all, how adorable are you? Oh my gosh. So this green one over here is called Lime Tone Up. And it has a 5, I think it's like 4.8 or 5 out of 5 stars. I think it's like $22 or something like that. They're both right around that for a price point. But I'm so curious about this. And according to the box, it says, a tone-up cream with the light and most texture like... oh, wait, what? Oh, light and moist, texture like a cloud that creates a bright complexion as well as a luminous appearance. You can apply it like just with your fingers. It's kind of like a primer, but it's not like mattifying or anything. So I'm actually going to be putting down a little bit of my Peter Thomas Roth, just like, you know, in my T-zone, because I don't think it's fair to the foundation if I don't, because I know I have super oily skin. But this, I guess, is supposed to be really good. And then this is the foundation in the shade number 1, light beige. Well, I don't know how well you can see that, but I think it's a little dark, but we're gonna try it anyways and see what we get here. So I'm just gonna take a little of this and kind of smear it in all over the place. Again, just for that oil protection. There was gonna be a word there, but then there wasn't. I went in with about a fraction of what I normally would just because, oh, good Lord. Just because I didn't want to overkill it. You guys, literally, the little spatula just like flew out at me at full speed. Tried to kill me. This little dagger of death. All right, so Lime Tone Up. I'm so curious. Okay, let's open it up. There's like no smell, but I'm gonna mix it up because it looks like you need to mix it. Oh my God, it looks like lime jello. Hold on. Hold the phone. I have to find a way to do this safely. Oh my God, you guys. Oh God. Whew. It's like, oh my God. It's like fluffy. I love this texture. All right, we are closer because we're going to scoop some on our face. I don't know how much is too much, so I'm going to start light-ish. I don't know if that's light. That could have been a lot. Oh, now it smells. Oh my God, it smells like sour apple. And I'm not kidding. Oh, girl. Okay, well, let's rub that sour apple all over our face. Dirty. I'm just gonna go in with my fingers here and see kind of what it looks like. I'm kind of hoping that that green tinge helps reduce like the look of redness or something. Oh my God, that was way too much. Oh man. Oh, that was a lot. Oh God. I didn't think, you guys, it's like a mousse consistency. So it like got even thicker somehow, or like it spread out way farther than I thought it would have normally. Oh crap. Okay. All right. We can do this, Paige. We're just going to wipe off some. Okay. That's a little better. And now we're going to take a beauty blender. We're just going to push it all over. Because the beauty blender will help. It'll absorb some. I can't believe how much that smells like green apple. Or that I just put that much on my face. Oh, dude, a beauty blender is like the way to go with this stuff. It legit, like, it picks up some of the product, but I feel like because that moussey texture is so, like, airy and almost whipped feeling, it legitimately just, like, smoothed it right out. Yes, please. Okay, I'm not even kidding you. My pores look so good on my nose. What? Okay. And I smell a little sunscreen. On the back side of the green apple, I'm picking up some sunscreen. Okay. Let's set him aside. And you guys, I'm like half nervous, half excited for this one. Oh man, you guys. All right, let's just like do a test patch. Oh yeah, that's not me. Well, that's all right. What could go wrong? All right, so let's try and like just start with that little bit. Blend it out. Wow. That color is ridiculous. Like, I know in real life it looks a lot darker, I think, than it does on camera. But, like, oh my gosh. It actually has a beautiful finish to it. Oh, that's a lot. All right, well, we're just going to, like, dab it all over because that was way... I don't know, guys. What do you think? Too much? Overkill? All right, let's start this process. Oh, shoot. I wanted to try it with a brush. Hold on. Yeah, it's really stipply with a brush. I actually feel like I was getting better coverage with my sponge. I didn't anticipate that. I also didn't think it would be a good idea to talk to you guys with this directly in front of the camera. I feel like that, you know, just gives a bad impression. Oy, I can so tell I'm off my game today, you guys. Oh. Oh my gosh, you guys. This looks so good. Like, it is not crusty, it is not crunchy, it is not cakey, it is luminous, it is dewy. It is so beautiful sitting on and in my pores. It's not patchy. I am a little shooketh, and I don't know if it's the foundation or that green gook or a combination of the two. This looks so good. The coverage is okay. I'm not getting 100% coverage here or over here. You can see a little, like a little spot action. I am so impressed with how this looks on my skin right now. Oh my gosh. Like, dry skinned people, this is such a nice product that I would be shocked if like dry skinners, that sounds disgusting, but I would be shocked if they did not love this. And I'm actually really impressed too with the fact, like, okay, we know it's not my skin tone. Duh, we got that out of the way. But honestly, for as off as it looks in the bottle, it actually melds beautifully with my natural skin tone to like work. I am shook. Like, do you see what I'm talking about through here? Like, look at how almost porcelain-esque it just like went. I have foundation all over my hands. That's cute. But you guys, oh my gosh. It looks so good on my skin. Okay, you can see the lack of coverage there and there. And like a little up here, but like, what? Look at how good my skin looks. Oh, shooketh. And I think in the viewfinder, I keep looking in the wrong direction. I apologize. But I'm like thrown off at how yellow I look in the viewfinder versus in real life. So I'm hoping that when I get my whole face on, it'll look a little nicer for you guys. I'm obviously going to go ahead. I'm going to finish this up and then I have to film yet again. Would be nice if I was in the frame. Good job though. I'm gonna, you know, go ahead and keep filming, but so far on first application, damn. Like, what in the world? Yes, I wish that it was lighter, but I'm hoping that with some Shape Tape help, I can fix this. My biggest fear at this point, and I've said it before, if I start off looking this luminous, by the end of a day, I'm usually an actual grease ball. Like, you could throw me in a skillet and fry me with some bacon. I'm that oily. So that was a not enjoyable That was just a very morbid thought. Let me go ahead and get this damn foundation off my hands. Ew. Get my face on. I gotta jump over into another video real quick, and then I will get with you guys and be like, yes, no, we will look, we will see. I do have another little thing here. I'm testing out, you guys know I'm a huge fan of the translucent Airspun. I literally use this like every single day. It is my favorite. It's cheap. I'm obsessed. Well, I was on Amazon because, you know, me and Amazon, apparently we just get along real good. And I was on there and they have this extra coverage translucent powder, and it has a little bit more of like a dark pink kind of beigey undertone, but it literally gives like extra, just a little extra pigment to areas of your face that maybe need a little extra coverage. And so I think maybe I'll try a combination of these two and see if I could get that covered and mattified but still beautiful. I don't know. I am so curious right now, you guys. Like, I feel like my whole world has been spun upside down, and I'm kind of living. If my skin could look like this, oh God, like people out there, we're just gonna have a real talk real quick. I have like giant pores. Like a normal pore is like, oh, this is a normal pore. Like it's just a little pore, things get stuck in it, it's obnoxious, but you fill it in and you go on with your life and you still look beautiful. My pores, oh no, honey, my pores are like the size of my mirror. Like, you see this right here? This is what Paige's pore looks like. Where's it at? This is my pore. Except it's really concaved and you can't fill it in to save your life. Oh. As I break everything. So you guys, this is so interesting to me because I feel like so often in the beauty world, like if you have like large pores and acne and oily skin, like you get to pick one, maybe two concerns, and like that's it. That's all you get to address. So for me, I usually sacrifice like texture. Thank you. I usually sacrifice texture and just so I can get like coverage for my acne and oil controlling for my oil. And I'm usually like, oh, texture, I don't care so much, whatever. But wow, like, wow, does that look good? Okay, before I ruin everything I've just done, I'm gonna go ahead, finish my face, shut the hell up because good start. And I will check back in with you guys at the end of the process. I'm so talkative today. All right, guys, I got everything on, and you know what, real quick, before I like talk too much about this foundation, like the reason we're actually here, today is one of those examples where like I am such a driven person, and like I am very like get my things done. I have filming to do, I have editing to do, and you know, things are just so. And I told you guys I was gonna film another video, and I actually didn't. My parents got home and they brought me Subway, and my dad has some free time, and we're just gonna go, we're gonna sit, and we're gonna watch Shameless, because that's the kind of family we are. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to throw on a nude lip because I'm going to go eat a sub, and I'm not going to film anymore. I'm going to go spend some time with my parents. So if you look at my eyebrows, which got very out of hand very quickly, I tried a different brow product. Whoa. And everything just got a little bit crazy, a little bit off, but damn is that highlight intense. But you guys, it's just one of those things where you're like, you know what? I want to go spend time with people that I love for a change, and I didn't film that second video, and if I film it later, cool, and if not, oh well, because that can't be all that matters to me all the time. I have to care about other things in life, you know, and I do a lot, and I try to always make sure that I'm on schedule, but sometimes nights like this come up, and it's relaxing, and it's amazing, and I'm just really excited. So I'm going to check in with you real quick. The biggest thing I noticed is that when I went through, first of all, I was able to add a significant amount of coverage just between all of my other products that I put on my face. And if I get like up close with this, my pores literally, oh, okay, I have mascara right there, so that's real cute. But my pores and my nose and like this whole area look so good. I have a little creasing on the sides of my nose. The upper lip looks better than it's ever looked. You guys, I've told you this before. I have a hair. I've told you that before too. But my upper lip gets really like weird, and like almost like every pore just comes out to play. And that looks so good. My entire face right now just looks so like statuesque. The one thing I did notice though is that when I was doing my nose contour, I've told you guys this before as well, I always look at my nose contour as kind of one of those like things. The primer and the foundation together have to really stick to my face. Otherwise, when I go in with my brush to kind of, you know, hit the sides, it really sloughs off, and it did come right off almost immediately. And I did it the exact same way that I normally do, so they're not super like stuck to my face. They don't do a good job like really sitting down. The other thing I noticed is that when I was going through and setting with my translucent powder, it felt like it was never going to not be wet on my face. Like the whole point of the translucent powder is to really stick it down, make it nice, wet, and or make it wet, make it not wet, and make it, you know, a very nice matte finish. And what I love is that, yes, I did have to add, in my opinion, extra setting powder, but I feel like everything is smooth and beautiful and just porcelain. I don't know. I am really digging the finish of this foundation right now, and that green combination. I don't know what this is happening. I'm curious to see how it will wear though, so I will try that again. I will check back with you guys at the end of the day and see how everything wears. But seriously, like, look at how smooth that looks. Like my nose, my pores, all of this, it looks, look at my upper lip. I mean, come on, this never looks this good. Oh wow, my eyeshadow was a little janky, sorry. But like, ooh, girl. Yes, child. Oh, and I will tell you guys what I'm wearing on the rest of my face when I come back as well. All right, guys. Hi, hello. I'd like to think I'm a little bit better put together than I was earlier this evening when we talked. So this foundation, and again, we are talking about the 16 brand little jar things. I don't even know what to call these. It says foundation, but like, it's just too cute to be foundation. Like, are these not adorable? I can't get over how cute. So the first thing that I think is that I did put down a little base of my Peter Thomas Roth for an anti-oil kind of thing. And initially I thought, holy crap, that's the best idea, because as I told you, this had a really, really luminous, glowy, like intensely beautiful, dewy finish, which is gorgeous. But when you're oily skinned, it immediately makes you like, you know, mini heart attack set in. It's a thing. So as this was going on, I'm like, okay, this is a good decision. I layered it up with all my other products and it looked beautiful. It has been on my face for, last time I checked, it was about 8.5 hours. And you guys, this foundation wore so nicely. I think it's an issue of my nose being a little bit too cakey. I can see like little areas, and you'll see them in the close-up. I can always tell when I'm too cakey, like if my glasses like accidentally like knock my nose, it'll literally like gouge out my foundation. Like if I gouged out ice cream, it'll, of course I would equate it to ice cream. Fat kid, table 2. So I think that that's kind of like what the situation is, because honestly, I stayed so matte. Like, I can't believe, I thought for sure, even with the little bit of that primer I put down, I was just gonna be like oil city. And this looks so good. Like I'm pleasantly surprised, which leads me to believe that this would be a foundation. And that's the other thing. I don't know if it's the foundation, the primer, or a combination of the two. So I'm curious to try using this one with like my Fenty Beauty or other foundations that I know are super mattifying to see what it is that this really did and then what it is this really does, because I'm curious in general. But I think that, and speaking to this combination, because obviously that's what I put on my face, I'm very intrigued that I think this is a type of situation that anybody could use based on what your skin type is. I think that a drier skinned type person or someone on that end of the spectrum would love that dewy, luminous kind of finish because it really was beautiful. And then they could choose, you know, how much they set, if they set, and how they chose to, you know, go about it. It is a very, very like, you know, you have to set this foundation. I don't care what kind of skin you have, you will have to set it because honey, it's a very wet, damp thing on your face. But so beautiful no matter what finish you're going for. The one thing I really noticed that was different about this foundation, apart from like all the other foundations that seem to get a little bit cakey near the end of their wear, is how long it took to get there. For me, when a foundation is going to set cakey or look cakey or have any kind of an appearance like that, it usually starts to set in around like 3 to 4 hours, like right about the midpoint for the day. And this foundation did not even start to look cakey until like hour 6, which is like insanely impressive. That tells me that it really does do a good job at holding back the moisture from my face or the oil on my face or the elements in the air. It really does keep very nice boundaries between my skin, the world, and all the different products I have layered in between, which is key. There are a lot of foundations that the more they try to be lightweight and airy and, you know, all these other things, what they're doing essentially is they're letting air flow through the layers on your face, meaning the primer, the foundation, the setting spray, the setting powder, all that kind of stuff. And the more porous and the more lightweight those are, what that usually equals, on my face at least, is the ability for air to pass through one way, oil to pass through in the other direction, which is what those two coming together, it breaks it apart and it makes it look just really bad in general. That's just a little like science that I kind of visualize. The last thing I want to talk about before we get to the close-up is the beautifulness of my foundation, stop, my bronzer and my blush and my highlight. You guys, look at how good those are still looking after 8 to 9 hours of wear. Like, that is so good. And when I was putting them on, I guess, let me get into what I wore on my face other than these two little ditties, and the primer, which of course you saw. I did go in with a mixture of my two Airspuns, the regular translucent and the translucent extra coverage, which I just poofed everywhere. My bad. I also went in with the Shape Tape, of course, and then on the face I was kind of like I told you guys, like I was gonna shoot another video, then I didn't, and then it was like all a thing. So I ended up really only going in with this palette. This is the Tarte, what is this? The Clay Play palette. It had like all the different contouring shades in it. I believe when this was first released, I did an entire review on this, I believe, and I wasn't a big fan of it because it was like 48 bucks, and I was like, that's a lot of money for a lot of brown tones. And I actually repurchased this when Tarte had their sale. It was their anniversary sale. It was like $18. And if you follow me on Facebook, which if you don't, you should definitely find that link down below and go do it, because I posted on Facebook that they were having this sale and that for $18, this is definitely a good palette because these bronzers are insanely pigmented, which leads me to my point of telling you all this. I tried. I was like, you know, I should give this a shot. I should give this like extra contour a shot. Like I should, you know, really just try to chisel it out. I don't know how drunk I was or why I thought it would be a good decision to use this color right here as a contour shade right here and right here. You guys, when I tell you, like, I couldn't pull this if I was tan. If I did have melanin in my skin, I still could never pull this shade. Like, it's not even an option. So I don't know why I tried it. And then that led me to sit here and buff it out and try to make it look livable, which I think it ended up looking okay. It's still a little like questionable, but all that to be said, the whole time I'm buffing this out, I'm going, man, I just wrecked my foundation. I'm gonna rub it all off. It's gonna look awful. Nope, still looks so good. So everything that I said about how it sloughed off on the nose, I don't know how it didn't happen here or here, because you guys, when I'm telling you, like, I was in there with a brush, it felt like 3 hours had went by, and I'm just like, yeah, girl, get it. Like, it took forever, and it didn't slough off or nothing went anywhere. So I was like, yes, please. And then for blush, I actually, like I told you guys, I have been cleaning this organizer over here, my Alex 9 drawers, and going through some stuff, and I actually found an old favorite of mine, or an old, would have been a favorite, but I lost it and now I found it again. It is one of the Urban Decay Afterglow blushes. Like, oh my god, it's such a deep, beautiful blush, but when you put it on the skin, it just has a way of like translating to like this beautiful light berry tone. Oh god, it's so beautiful. It's in the shade Fetish, and it is an 8-hour powder blush, and I don't know, this is the only one from Urban Decay that I ended up keeping. I think I bought like 3 of them when they released these, and this was my favorite. I love it so much. There are so many days, you guys, side note, I talk a lot in this video, but there are days that I don't always want a blush, like a pink blush or whatever. I love just the look of like contour with a highlight. And so I usually I want to put on a blush, but I don't want it to be super pinky based. I do go for like a nice brown or more of a deep toned blush, because it looks more like just a nice deep inset contour than it does a blush. And I love that look, which is kind of where this comes in. When you layer it in there with your bronzer, it just looks, I don't know, like shadowed and beautiful. Ooh, and it's just slay. I love it so much. I was wearing the Lip Ammunition shade of Celebrity Skin. I love this lipstick so much. It's this guy right here. Obviously, it's the only one on my face. Girl, you need to go to bed. Okay, so while I'm thinking about it, how about we go ahead and we do that close-up. We talk about the foundation again, because I like to bounce all around. And then I will give you my final thoughts. So when I talk about it looking kind of like cakey or weird like right here, this is what I'm talking about. How on the nose it has like a thick looking consistency to it because of like that gouge right there and right here, and just little things like that that make it look more thick and chunky rather than just a fluid foundation. This looks very, like, look at how smooth this whole area still looks. I know right here it looks kind of like really porous. Keep in mind that is my highlight. You guys know I do not discriminate on my highlight based on the texture of my skin, girl. I have texture no matter what, and I love a good highlight, so I do not care. But that is why when you're looking at it up close, that looks super porous. But if you look at it just overall and you don't see the emphasized highlight portion, it looks so beautiful still. Even my upper lip right here looks nicer than it normally does. I don't know, guys, in case you can't tell, I am like pleasantly surprised and impressed with this combination that I used. One thing that really does disappoint me, and I know I said this before, is the shade difference. I really wish that this had been like an actual light shade. I'm gonna try and make it work and keep playing with it a little bit to see what I come up with. But so far, this looks so good, you guys. I actually would recommend this. I do think it's going to be really, really touchy. Like, if you do try it out, you're going to be very, very specific to skin type. I can't say like, oh, oily skin will love this or dry skin will love this. This is going to be a what finish you prefer, what texture you prefer, what you're hoping to happen throughout the day. I mean, what finish you're hoping stays on your face. There is going to be a lot of different outcomes possible for this, and so I definitely say try it. It's great, but try it at your own risk. And because it does come from Amazon, they get weird with their return policy, like, oh yeah, everything has Prime guarantee, and then sometimes they're like, no, it doesn't, but like it should, and it does. So I don't know, just try it at your own risk, see what you think. If you are like always on the hunt for a different or a cool or an interesting makeup brand, you guys, check out Korean Beauty. I am telling you, I have had and tried so much stuff from them that I'm just like, child, where have I been living? Under a rock? Like, what? Huh? Oh my God, you guys, that's what I didn't tell you. I'm like, why am I forgetting something? I didn't tell you the highlight that is on my face. I went in with a combination of two highlights. I went in with a Dose of Colors highlight. Ooh, look at this, girl, you are a queen, in the shade Icy You Baby. And then it was a little bit too like stark white for the rest of my face. So I did go in with a little bit of a Kylie highlighter. I love this highlight so much. This is in the shade French Vanilla. The Dose of Colors, by the way, on my face, if you're curious, is obviously the white undertone one, but this is the one that emphasized all the texture. The Kylie Cosmetics one didn't emphasize hardly any texture, but for some reason, he picked up all the texture. But like, look at how beautiful. This is him. This is Kylie Cosmetics. So you can see hers was a little bit more subdued, but it also had a little like more of a yellow undertone. So the two of them balanced each other out really, really well. Okay, you guys, it is painfully obvious at this point that I am tired and I am babbling. I am going to get going. Be sure you check the description box for my social media handles, you guys. I am on the Snapchat, I am on Instagram, I am on Facebook, and I am on Twitter, and I have all kinds of things to say on all of them. I am on Instagram and Snapchat the most. And keep in mind, you guys, I asked you before, if you want to leave down in the comments some information on Snapchat, like how do I know how many people are following me? What is that little number? There's like a number 3,000 something. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Is that like my score? Am I being graded on my Snapchat? I don't know, but you guys should probably tell me. So leave that down there. Make sure you go follow me on Snapchat, because if that is the case, I need my score to go up. I don't know why, because I don't know what score I'm reaching for, but I know I need it to go up. So go down and follow me on Snapchat, follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. And you guys, I hope you have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this. And I will see you guys all in the next one. So interesting. Yes.